What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the road trip to Wembley, man, for the FA Cup semi-final against Coventry. We gotta get it done. More injuries, centre-back crisis, injury crisis continues. No Willy Camboala, no Mason Mount, who probably wasn't going to play anyway, and no Sofian Amrabat, who probably wasn't going to play anyway. But the biggest absentee is actually Willy Camboala. Like, what the hell is going on with our squad? Like, what the hell's going on in training? Why is all these injuries happening? Willy Camboala's played 2 games back-to-back. 2! Liverpool and Bournemouth. And he's injured already. Like, how? I don't understand it. We've got one fit centre-half in Harry Maguire. And now we've got to find solutions. The rumours have been, which are the most logical out of what's available, is Casemiro and Maguire, centre-half, which he absolutely has to do. You know, you're not going to put McTominay there. He could do, but that's the only 2 viable options that we have in terms of who can play there for this game. Coventry or no Coventry, that is tough. You know, that is tough. However, I've seen people online, I've seen people on X saying, Flex, you said no mitigating circumstances, and, you know, or Flex, you jinxed us, or, oh, what do you think now? We've got no centre-backs. It's going to be, oh, Maguire and Casemiro, high line, any balls in behind, we're in trouble. Yeah, we probably would be in trouble. But guess what? They're seasoned pros with better experience. There's still no excuses. And really, I tell you what, in this version of Man United, where the midfield is as open as anything, I tell you what, Casemiro going centre-half, obviously it's not what we would have chosen to do, but I tell you what, he won't have to do as much running. You know, they can make sure the line isn't high. And he can just sit in there and, you know, look, he can read the game all right, Casemiro. He's going to have less running to do. So if anything, it probably makes it a little bit easier for Casemiro. But look, his position is centre mid. But Casemiro, let's not, this is what I mean about the mitigating circumstances, yeah? Let's not get this twisted. Casemiro has more than enough intellectually, yeah, in his head, right, to understand the game in a one-off game at Wembley against Coventry, to fill in at centre-half for a game and make sure that Ellis Sims doesn't take him to the cleaners and retire him. Like, again, I'm not being condescending. Like, it's gonna, these things are gonna hurt us, of course. It's not easy, but I still ain't having it as an excuse to lose to Coventry at Wembley. Let me make that unequivocally clear, yeah? When people said, oh, Flex, you said no mitigating circumstances, we're 100% winning, I still stand by that. Yeah, I didn't ever say it was going to be pretty. I didn't ever say it was going to blow them away 3-4-0, easy, light work because they're from the Championship. I said we'll win 100%, yeah? It's not going to look pretty. I know that. We're not going to blow them out the water with amazing football and mash them up. I know that. And now, you know, they smell a little bit of blood and see probably Casemiro and Maguire at centre-half. Yeah, you know, they are going to try their luck a bit. But I still back Casemiro, the 5 times Champions League winner, to be able to read the game well enough and be experienced enough to just slot in there and not make any daft mistakes at centre-half alongside Harry Maguire. Shouldn't be that difficult against Coventry. Don't get me wrong. If this was a Premier League game or, you know, going to a tough away game somewhere else, or even a home game against a really difficult team, if we were playing Villa at home with Ollie Watkins on the counter or whatever, you know what I mean? Or even that same Bournemouth game with Solanke going to do a madness. Like, there's caveats, but I'm sorry, I'm not about to change my opinion that Man United will get through this game because now Casemiro has to go centre-back. It is a big blow, and it is more of like a what the F is going on with this team. Like, why do we keep getting all these injuries? But at the same time, it is what it is. You man better deal with it. You man better deal with it. Losing's not an option. I don't care if we had 0 centre-backs. I would care. I would care if we had 0 centre-backs. But you get my drift. Like, I don't want to hear this, like, but come on, like, oh, I'll tell you what, I know we lost against Coventry, but come on, we had Casemiro and Maguire centre-back. Yeah, Maguire, who plays in World Cups and Euros and has been captain of Man United and played hundreds of games. Casemiro, who, yes, he's a midfielder, but understands the game like the back of his hand and played with the best in the world and won 5 Champions Leagues at Wembley against a Championship team. Yeah, with Dalot right back and Wan-Bissaka left back. And Bruno, McTominay and Mainu in midfield. And Rashford and Garnacho and Højlund up front. Don't want to hear it, mate. don't want to hear it. Still no excuses. It is an injury crisis, but newsflash, it's been an injury crisis all year. And clearly, the football gods ain't trying to help us towards the end of the season. Now, you know, we know who will be meeting in the final in Manchester City. They were very lucky yesterday against Chelsea. Chelsea, again, just crashed and burned. They had the chances to win the game. They didn't. That's who will be awaiting us in the final. And, you know, that's a different story. That's a different argument. You know, at the best of times, you can have your strongest team against City and still get undone. But that's June's problem, should we get there, when we get there, because we ain't losing today. Up front, I need to see it. I need to see these men. Look, Rashford's obviously going to play. I need to see it. Bro's at Wembley. Do you know what I mean? I don't care. These men better not play like it's just Coventry. That's one thing I will say. Us as fans can say, listen, I tell you what, there is no extenuating circumstances. If these men do not beat Coventry, I'm done. Like, we can say that. And we can say we're 100% beating them. The players can't go out there like that. The players cannot go out there like this is light work. Oh, just dust them down. You know, this is the game of their lives. This is a dangerous game. Don't get it twisted. I'm not playing down how dangerous this game is, because Coventry, you know, like Mark Robins said, you know, Man United got players that can hurt them, but, you know, this is big for their football club. They're at Wembley. They've got the chance to go to a final. They're going to relish it. They're going to relish it, and they absolutely should. It's going to be a lot of these players' biggest games they've ever played in their career so far. And maybe, depending on, you know, their how their careers go, it could be the biggest game they ever play in. And a lot of them will be aware of that the opportunity to play Man United in a semi-final at Wembley does not come around often, especially if you play for Coventry. And again, no disrespect, but it's the truth. And their fans will see it as almost like a free hit. Then Coventry aren't expected to win this game. Coventry aren't favourites to win this game. Man United are. All the pressure is on Man United. So Man United can't flop. But I tell you this, them players better not go out there and think that game's won and go strutting around the pitch, not trying hard, you know, thinking they can take time on the ball. Because Coventry will let us have the ball. Of course, we're going to have the lion's share of possession, you would think, you would hope. But no, Man United, you never know. We're still going to face bare shots. But at the end of the day, we have to be on it. I don't want to see us moving the ball slowly just because Coventry is sitting off. And you know what we're like against the low block. And the longer the game goes at 0-0, the more confident that they will get in nicking a result, going to extra time, maybe penalties, whatever, nicking it from a set piece. And Coventry play some good stuff as well. Let's not get that twisted. They play some good football. So the longer the game's at 0-0 and we've let them feel themselves into the game, you know, the more pressure that's ramped up on us. The crowd get nervous. The players start thinking about how they've capitulated in recent weeks, and things start going back. We have to be clinical. We have to put it to bed early if you can. And yeah, just come through the game. Just win. Just win. Because anything, well, I say anything other than a win, there's no draw. So anything other than a win, yeah, if we lose this game, Ten Hag will be finished. It's as simple as that. He won't survive that. I don't believe that Ten Hag will survive that. But I also do not believe that we will lose today. We will make it to the final. We are still Man United. It's a day out of Wembley. And I've said quite a few times, I'm not looking forward to this game and the way the teams made me feel this year. And I'm just like, But you know what? As a fan, you should still relish every single trip to Wembley. And the truth of the matter is, let's look at the positives, because I know this preview can sound a little bit negative, like I'm just getting on to everyone and I'm in a shit mood. And I shouldn't really do that. The sun's shining. It's due to not rain all day in London, which is good. The positives is that, listen, you know, Eric Ten Hag, he could have got to 3 finals in 2 years. You know, and my God, if we managed to win it as well, you know, 2 trophies in 2 years, an FA Cup, Carabao Cup, that could be enough to save Eric's job. Some people don't agree with that, but it could be. It really, really could be. And with all the injuries and all that, the shit we've had this season, if we can win the FA Cup, that would be something against Man City as well and stop them doing the double, because let's not get that twisted. They're about to do another double on our head tops if we get to that final. And by June, you know, I don't even want to say this, but I'm going to, you know, Rafael Varane will obviously be back. Luke Shaw's supposed to be back before the end of the season. Could he be back enough to play in that game? Martinez would be back. So we should be able to get our back 4 back by then as well. So I don't know, but one game at a time. Let's get through today unscathed. Like I said, don't think it's going to be pretty. I don't think we're going to blow them out of the water, but we're going to win. No mitigating circumstances. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know what you guys are saying. Peace.